Hi there, Serial Trader here. Let's check in with the major US indices. And alright, so since the last video from Friday's price action, we've dug a little deeper in this pullback, but it actually looks really good. So if I go in, let me go with a 15-minute price chart, we appear to just have a nice zigzag down, X wave up, and now another ugly zigzag down. Okay. So a double zigzag, WXY is how I have it labeled currently. Fits quite well. Ugly and yet has good structure. So if you take the initial move down in W, project that length off of this X wave bounce, that gives you the equality relationship for Y at 28.8504, and we went as low as 28.8513. Okay. So that is about as perfect as an equality relationship as you're going to see. And now we found good support there. And now we appear to be coming out of this corrective channel that I've drawn. And just for an overall wave count on this hourly, still like that we have our larger 4 in place here. And that we're working this larger wave 3. Larger wave 5 of 3 to the upside. Okay, you can see all the subdivisions are here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up for possibly 1, and then you have A, B, C down for 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up for 3. Now W, X, Y down for 4, and the next move we'd be expecting here would be a move up the new highs above 29.1650 in wave 5 of possibly 3. Now this overall wave count can certainly change, but what won't change is the interpretation of this pattern is a corrective pullback that should lead to further advance, and it looks like it's complete as of today's low. And I also like the prospect for that, being that today was the first trading day of September, and often you see a significant tradable low or high, in this case low, of a month in the first few trading days, if not the first trading day of that month. That's a tendency I tend to see quite often. So this fits well. The overall timing, the overall structure, the overall look, all points that we should be going higher here right away, at least short term. So that's, I've positioned myself with some futures. I've actually held some overnight, and this is obviously my stop. Actually, on the futures, the levels are slightly different, but same idea. The actual stop on the futures would be a low of 28.8550. So I put my stop just below that, 28.8525, quarter point below. So I'm holding that overnight. And on SPX, obviously, the levels are very similar, 28.8504. So within a half point of being the same as the September futures at this point. So we'll go to the candlestick chart. So from a candlestick perspective, just a few doji days. Today it looked like a nice potential little bullish hammer in play, although a very small hammerhead. We came down and just basically tested the daily T line, rejected off of that nicely, so finding support. So that looks pretty good. Certainly non-threatening still looking from the candlestick perspective. And then we go to the Dow Jones Industrial Average. And what do we have here? Okay, so the Dow did its own little bullish hammer signal here. Again, tried to break the T-line, but actually closed above the T-line. So the Dow potentially a nice reversal and looking to resume the uptrend here as well. And okay, the NASDAQ composite. Very similar action here, it appears, on the daily candles. The NASDAQ composite just came down to touch that daily T line, rejected nicely off it. Again, did a hammer style bullish reversal signal here. So NASDAQ also looking to continue its strong uptrend. Okay, now if we go to the volatility index, anything going on here with VIX? Not really. So VIX had a little pop up today on the weakness, but nothing significant. Only went as high as 1435 and actually closed back in the 13s. So again, VIX is showing absolutely no red flags for continued equity strength. So that's just a picture of what's going on as of today. And we'll certainly check in later in the week as price action dictates. All right, Serial Trader signing off.